I think we're live. We are live. Let me wait until it loads. Okay, guys, we are live. And in New Jersey. Okay, so guys, figured out the problem. It was the internet last time, so if you were tuning into my show last time, internet problems were haunting me. So hopefully this time it goes smoother. And we are live. So, we actually start in exactly 2 more minutes. So hopefully at that point we don't have to worry about any problems with our streaming connection or anything. So let me just share it around to my friends on Facebook and all that other jazz. Okay, so now, yeah, welcome, Steven Universe, new episode coming up in 3.5 minutes. Well, congratulations to Steven Universe. I don't watch Steven Universe, so, but now, we still got 1 more minute until the show. I'm just kind of getting everything ready, making sure everything is properly working tonight. And so far it is. I have no lag connection. I have no anything. I have 2 monitors here. One to observe my beautiful face, and one to observe the connection. So far the connection is A-OK tonight, guys. I did a little bit of the researching and checked my speed connections before the show, and everything was okay, so I figured why not make it. And guys, let's see, stream seems to be working with today so far. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of this. Not really exit, but minus it. Okay! Let me just minus this too. Let me just switch to this. Okay, guys. Now. Actually, no. Oh, I'm going crazy. The show starts now. So, let me just try to make it where I can see the comments. Okay, now. Special report! Yay! This is a special report coming to you live from New Jersey. Beautiful New Jersey. But today's special report is a con that is surely going to excite you. Now, you're probably wondering, what con is that? Well, if you've read the title, it is AC, AnthroCon. AnthroCon is coming up. Also, our American birthday is coming up. So if you're in America, celebrate birthdays of 4th of July, Declaration of Independence, and stuff like that. But today we're going to talk about AnthroCon and what's going to be there. What is the big excitement over AnthroCon? And if you are going, we are going to take phone calls in a little bit to really get a good experience of how you either went to AnthroCon, this is your very first AnthroCon, or what do you like about AnthroCon, pros and cons. So if you've went to AnthroCon or want to go to AnthroCon, I can give you all the exclusive news. And will I be at AnthroCon? That's the question everybody's been asking me. No, I will not be, sadly, because real life sucks. I will probably be sitting in that corner crying with some scented candles. But that's perfectly fine. I'll be alone. So if you want to party, you probably should party somewhere, but probably not here. I don't think anyone would like that. Okay, so guys, since AnthroCon is so close, we are getting so close. We are down to exactly 3 more days. It just seems like yesterday I was talking about MFF, and then AnthroCon comes in to shine its glorious, somewhat glorious head into the picture. And as AnthroCon will be going on, we will be getting exclusive updates. Actually, no, we will not be getting exclusive updates because I have no field reporter. But if I did have a field reporter, I would give you exclusive updates on all of it. So, if you do not know what AC and you've been living under a rock, let me show you what AC is. It is a convention in Pittsburgh. Let me just switch over to my cam and switch over to here. Okay, so AntherCon is a site. As you can tell, it has events, programming, and other sorts of things. This con is taking place in Pittsburgh, PA, which I don't know why they do it red on this, which I think that's a terrible idea. The theme is movie monsters, if you haven't noticed or anything. The events and programming are always on the website, so you can always take a look at the events and programmings for your local AntherCon studios. Now, the guest of honor this year will be a whopping Lee Simpson, which I don't really know him, but, you know, you can... Oh, he's the guy who does the horse things. Spirit, he's done Titan, and a bunch of other different animes with cats and dogs. We have a couple other things, so yes, you can get an autograph from him. Congratulations if you want to get that. The Diller's Room is always hopping in the AntherCon this year. To tell you the truth, if you really like Diller's Den, this is the con to go to. It is one of the biggest Diller's Den in the world. Actually, it is probably the biggest Diller's Den. I don't know what the biggest Diller's Den is, so I can't say, but it's really big and really spread out. And if you are going, and it's going to be 95, so make sure to dress for that weather and carry a lot of weather. So, speaking of weather, let me just go back to my camera, and we will check out the weather. So, now, why pick AC? You're probably wondering, because of the simple fact that I don't do this for too many cons. I've only done this, actually, I've never done this for any other con. And my special reports are going to be either, in the future, will be about cons that are big, cons that are happening, you know, the biggest cons in the world. I think I'm going to keep this. Also, we're going to have special topics for you that might be popular in the fandom or whatever, because I think special reports are the greatest. So, this special report, again, if you are just joining me, it is all about AC. AC is happening in 3 days. Is it 3? I think so. Yeah, 3 days. It's right after 4th of July. So if you are going to AC, I would suggest a whole bunch of different things. Number one, it's in Pittsburgh. So, if you live under a rock, you will not know it's in Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at some of the comments and see if we have any other comments going on. Let's see. Let's see. AC looks and sounds fun. Oh, it is. It's a good con. Love dashing, buffering, filmology. Okay, good. Everything is looking good. Well, thank you. We're fuzzy. We're still fuzzies. Okay, so nobody's really commented about AC. If you are going to AC, please leave a comment, and you know, we're going to be taking phone calls later about AC and getting your experiences and stuff. So, really what I want to do now is take a look at some of the weather reports, because AC is one of the cons that you sometimes have to walk outside and be really hot. And let's take a look to see if it will be really hot. Right now, the temperature is in New Jersey is 95. It is freaking hot out. So, hopefully it will not be hot out for Pittsburgh. So let's take a look here. I wasn't oh shoot, I don't want that. People are jerks, especially when it comes to this. Okay, so let's go to wind predictions. No, not participation. There's a flash flood warning in Pittsburgh right now, so be careful if you are in Pittsburgh. There is a flash flood warning. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts. And let me switch over to the regular webcam. Okay, so we are looking at... So the convention starts technically on Thursday, even if all the stuff happens on Friday. But the convention starts on Thursday. So Thursday, you're expecting a high of 89 with rain. Boo, rain. That's going to be very humid. So make sure you're wearing all your equipment, and also make sure you're drinking lots of water. Now, AC is air conditioning, and I'm going to stress that as sometimes, because sometimes it can get really hot in that center. And if this is your very first time, bring a lot of water. Body heat plus body heat is going to give you hot temperatures. So if the air conditioning is not working as great as it should be, that 89 is going to be close to a 90. So, I mean 95 or so. So humidity is going to be tense. So make sure you're packing all your stuff and drinking lots of water. We also have it on Friday is going to be thunderstorms. So again, keep an eye on your suits. You don't want to get them too wet. If you are staying in another hotel, don't panic. Try to either get a cab or an Uber or something like that. Make sure your fursuit comes first. Even if, because you probably love your fursuit, and I would not like to see anything happen to it. Okay, then we also have on Saturday, it will be a high of 81, which is actually pretty decent. Is it fursuit conditioning weather? Not really, so bring still a lot of water. This con seems like it's going to be a lot of water and stuff. And the good thing is, Anthrocon does provide a lot of water. And the nights are all in the 60s and 70s, except for Thursday, which is 70. And also, Sunday, which will be the last day of the con, will be an 83 and low of 60, and precipitation is nowhere to be sight. So, that's your in-depth look on the climate and other things like that for your Anthrocon. Now, let me switch back to my wonderful face here, and we will continue on. Now, if you are going to AC this year, and you are staying in a hotel that has the service of taking you to the Westin, because there is some hotels that will have the service to take you to the Westin, which is actually a great thing. And I have to give kudos to whoever did this for AC. They actually have some hotels will actually drive you to the Westin. I know Doubletree will. So if you have a chance to go with Doubletree, make sure to do that. You can just ask the hostess and stuff like that and get it. Uber is one of those things too that's a very good option. I've known a lot of people who've taken Uber back. They can be a little bit pricey in Pittsburgh, so make sure you're trying to look for the discounts. Sometimes they will provide discounts, hotels, for a certain events. So make sure you're talking to your person in charge and really taking advantage of the savings that could be had. If you are in walking distance, again, take water. Water is very key for any sort of Anthrocon related thing. I do not want to be reading later where some guy passes out. So number one, you're going to want to bring water. Number two, take a look at your transportation. Transportation, there's also a train that goes by. So if you need that train, furries ride for free to a certain point. So yes, do that. Really, the key is your safety, and especially whenever you're going to Anthrocon and you're gonna have fun, you don't want the con having to stop because you're going to the hospital. I've had that done to me. I've dislocated my leg, and it wasn't a pretty sight. So make sure you're taking every safety precaution and keeping everything safe. That's the whole entire goal here. Let's take a look to see if we have any other comments going on here about AC, and maybe we can get some perspective on this. We have let's see if there's any other ones here. Let's see. So AC has a lot of double meanings. Well, yeah, Anthrocon is one of them. Again, if you've lived under a rock for a long time, you are going to probably know what whatever. Everybody knows what AC is. Let's see. Just in that Pawn in case I say smiles. Wow, furries ride for free. Ouch. The discussion. Dislocated leg. Yeah, I dislocated my leg. I could tell you 100 stories that I had for Anthrocon, but I'm going to keep it plain, simple, and short. Because Anthrocon is one of those cons that is huge. I mean, it is humongous. And you can, well, I don't think you can get lost in, actually you can get lost in the city. I know of a friend who did. But, to tell you the truth, as long as you keep it around the area and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up some food options for this. And I know what you're thinking. Well, I could just do that when I'm there. Well, you know, again, there might not be somebody out there who doesn't know the layout of Pittsburgh or doesn't have a convenient phone on hand, which, I don't know. I think probably 9 out of 10 people have phones now, but you never know. There might be that one. And I can give you my recommendations on food, too, because I have been to a lot of these food places around the West End. So let me do West End in Pittsburgh, and we will search the foods. This was kind of like a last-minute one, and I was thinking of doing a special report on it. So apologize for the inconvenience in this. So don't be mad, get glad with ultra thin bag. So typing in Weston Pittsburgh. So basically, now if this was a little bit further back, I could have told you some tips. Maybe I'll give some tips out there for future cons, and we'll do the bigger cons instead of like just the smaller cons, because I haven't been to a lot of the smaller cons. I would like to go to BLFC and stuff like that, but I don't know if that would consider as a huge con or not. So there's the Pittsburgh Weston and food nearby, near me. Okay, so let's see if there's any of it. Okay, so basically you have a bunch of different options when you go to Pittsburgh. This is downtown Pittsburgh, so you have got a lot of options here. So let me try to narrow it down so we can at least get to
1 6 0 9 5 7 1.
Sorry,
8.
that was somebody calling from my phone. I don't know if they were. Sorry, that was my roommate. Let me take a look here, and we will. Okay, well, you know what? We'll do the food thing later, I guess. Once I really get into it and in deep with it, I will be starting to take your calls now. Let me just see what the message was about, and hopefully it was not bad or anything like that. So, sorry, roommates. Well, whatever. I'll do that later. Okay, so, now, I will tell you a couple places that I like. And now this is only for opinion only. So, this is opinion based. You can go there, check it out. You know, really take a mire of Anthrocon. So, there's a place called, it's a famous pizza place that was saved by Anthrocon. Why I want to say it's saved by Anthrocon? Well, it's because they kind of jack up the prices. I have been to Pittsburgh a couple of times. And every time that I go to AC, it seems like the prices get a little bit more pricey. And I've been to Pittsburgh quite a bit. I used to live about an hour and a half away from Pittsburgh. So I know, again, what Pittsburgh is. So if you are planning on going to, I think it's called Freddo's. It starts with an F. Maybe somebody in the comments will know about this. But it's a Pittsburgh place, and it's kind of meh. I mean, the food's okay, but don't get the dog bowl. It's a ripoff. You could just get a dog bowl, you know, at the con and stuff like that. There's also a place, it's a taco place. It used to be Tonics, but now it's called like El Dabubadoo. I don't know. It's like El something. And it's right close to the con convention, and I would definitely recommend it. It's a very good taco place. The service can be meh on that. Why? Because it can be meh. Because I have waited literally 20 minutes to get service. That's pretty terrible in any storm and anything like that. So I would recommend that place. There's obviously fast food places around. There's a Burger King around it. That's literally up the street. There is a Smash Burger. I think it's called Smash Burger. It's on the lower level, and it's kind of okay. And there's just a whole bunch of different food there. So if you have Google, you can Google it. It's not very much of a problem. Food is basically easy there. You can even get it delivered. There's a Domino's around and stuff like that. Do I recommend going to Domino's while you're at AC? No. Don't do that. You can get Domino's at home. Don't try to explore this, not explore the city, but try to explore your food options, because there's plenty of different sub shops. There's a sub shop if you go straight down where that pizza place is. It is fantastic. I think it's called like the Sub, or it's called like something generic, but it is so good. They make their own bread, and they make all fresh ingredients with the thing. Great, fantastic. Go to that. Check out some local sub places, because a lot of them have a lot of different good things. So, but this is only if you're new to Anthrocon. If you're not really new to it and you've been to it like 3 or 4 times, like I've been to it quite a bit. I wish I could go this year, guys, but I really can't. But no, it's a great city to have it. So here, let me give another example here too of things that you can do at AC. AC is one of those rare occasions that they still keep the parade, and it goes outside. I mean, it literally, the parade everyone complains about, because usually I would recommend skipping the parade this year because it's going to be really hot. I don't know if they're going to actually take it outside. If it's 81 to 89 degrees, if it's somewhere around there, I would recommend skipping it. If they're going to do it, I don't know. I'm not really on the con staff. But parades usually tend to be lasting a little bit longer. And you're going through the dealer's den. You're going downstairs. You're making like a U shape on the con floor. So, and this becomes a problem, because if it gets way too hot, try to bring some water, or buy one of those fans. Which those fans are fantastic. You can find them in dealer's den. They're about like pocket-sized fans, and you can put them in your mouth, and they will keep you cool, at least for the time being. So I got one for my roommate. He loves it, and he swears by that thing. So yes, make sure if you are doing the parade, keep this on hand, this water, and just make sure you are constantly drinking water. I cannot stress this enough. This is a huge con. Not just by the attendance, but by the facility that it takes up. The Westin literally is basically an attachment to the Carnegie Center. So you still have to walk a pretty far distance to get over to the con space and where the panels are and stuff like that. Now, yes, they do have panels in the Westin, and you can always ask somebody there. But it takes a good while to walk from there to there. So just be very careful. Bring lots of water and stuff like that. Now, the Carnegie Center itself is not just big, it's huge. And you can basically get lost in it, because there's panels. As soon as you walk out of the elevator to the Carnegie Center, there will be basically, you'll be going this way, right? So if you go this way, it'll have the dealer's den. It'll be like down on the corner there, that where you have to go down the stairs and stuff like that, and then registration will be up on top, which will be fantastic, guys. To tell you the truth, the registration here, if you didn't pre-order, be prepared to wait to let you know about that. So if you didn't register then, it's going to be at least a 2 or 3 hour wait. They always have screw-ups in that. I don't know who runs that, and I don't know if it's because of the computer system or not. I have never been to an AC and they have not screwed up something. So just be mindful if you didn't sign up or pre-register for it. So you'll be going down the stairs to the dealer's den. There'll be 2 doors, one to enter and one to exit. Make sure you're keeping tabs on that, because there has been people who ran into people, and it's not a good sight. So the dealer's den is huge. It's pretty big. So, but let me get to the other side here. So if you make a still left and you don't go down the long hallway, you're going to be to the panels, which are, there's an escalator that goes up the panels, and there's a downstairs. Now, why I'm saying this, because my very first year, I didn't know that they were there, because the gaming room is also up there too. So if you're in the middle of trying to find the gaming room, it's all upstairs. So don't be confused like I did. I was literally confused my very first AC. I was like, where the heck am I going? What am I doing here? And where's my life going? Okay, but other than that, that's beside the point. So you have panels upstairs and you have panels downstairs of that. Okay, so that's an easy tip. And then if you go right, you're going to be in the dancing center. I call it the dancing center because only like comedians and your people who actually, you know, do a little bit of performances. And I know that Pepper Coyote and Fox and More will be doing their normal thing. And Uncle Kage, I think this is his last year, guys. So if you really want to, like, if you love Uncle Kage, this is the year to really get on the bandwagon. Because I think this is his last year for doing it. Because I think they're trying to get into a younger crowd. Which I don't blame them at all, to tell you the truth. Uncle Kage is as old as my dad. And that's really saying something. Actually, I think he's a little bit older, which, you know, again, different tastes and different things. But I'm not here to say anything bad about him or anything. And he's a good guy. So basically, here's what I'm going to say. Is you make that right, and then you're in the dance hall, you know, thing, where you can find different furries, and most of the furries are hanging out there. And if you look in the corner, there will be the Headless Lounge. There will be the Headless Lounge. So keep an eye on the Headless Lounge. Again, it's going to be very hot, so make sure you are keeping the water, and you're not going to be passing out, please. I don't want to be on the headline, "Fur passes out at con." No. So just be very mindful in the water. Don't get dehydrated, and you're going to be fine. And if you are liking this video, please subscribe to my channel. And we'll do more special alerts on different cons and stuff like that. And if you're liking it, please press the like button. I'd really appreciate that too. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to read some of the comments, and we're going to get some more intake on this. Again, if this is your very first AC, or if you're a veteran, veteran experienced person, you're probably going, I already know all that. But we'll get to the good stuff here. We'll get to the good stuff, veterans. We will. This is only for the newbies, and then the veteran stuff will be a little bit down the road. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the comments and maybe get some people who are interacting here. I like it. One of the places I go around the con season. Smash Burger is not gone there. I think it is. It's a burger place right down on the level of the hotel lobby. So I could be wrong in the name, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's a little bit pricey, but it's not that bad. So that's just a helpful one. Let's see. Same, never heard of Smash Burger. Smash Burger. I might be completely screwing the name, but Smash Burger is a place and stuff like that. It has really good hamburgers, so whatever. I would rather like the convention center here, even during the big cons. There are water colors of all of other places and fursuit heaven. Okay, well that makes sense. Hey, big cons, screw up, I'm sure. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say too. Is Anthrocon is one of those places too. So the convention center is really big, and you know, also too that there's a lot of things going on. And the only reason why I'm thinking of this is because somebody said big cons do have screw ups, and I agree with that. I think one of the screw ups is that it's not organized that well. If you're trying to do it from a perspective of trying to figure out the layout and trying to get to a certain panel at a certain time, because sometimes they switch it and it really ticks me off. That's the one thing I wish that Anthrocon would get better more, is their organization. But I can't really say that because I am not a person who is running one of the largest cons in the world. And that can get very stressful and very hard, running a really big con. I've run a bowling meet and I know how that can get. That can get pretty crazy if there's a good amount of people. So I would hate to imagine an extra 12 to 15,000 more people at my bowling meet, and I'd be going, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. So don't get frustrated if the scheduling's a little off. Just remember, this con is one of the biggest in the world, and cons do have scheduling problems. They've always had scheduling problems, and they've always will have scheduling problems. So don't get too angry at that. And here's one more little tip too, is fursuiters have a lot of things to do. This is the biggest con in the world, one of the bigger cons. And everybody's rushing around to do what they need to do. So if a fursuiter doesn't hug you because they say they're in a rush, don't get mad. I have done that to 2 or 3 people and I feel bad about it. But in the same aspect too, that they might be really busy. So if they're not hugging you for a certain reason, don't get mad. Just relax, calm it down, and realize that this is a huge con. So just wanted to point that out there. Don't think they're douches because they're not hugging you. It might be because they're busy. Unless if there's a couple people out there that I know that won't be. But whatever. I'm not going to get into it. Okay, so basically here, so after saying all that and explaining, I'm going to open up the phone lines to maybe people who are veterans, or maybe people who are going to the convention for the first time, and other things like that. I'm going to open up the hotlines. The number is 1717-839-3684. That's 1717-839-3684. You can call in, talk about your experiences with AC. If this is your very first AC you're ever going to, ask me a couple questions, and I will take your calls in consideration, and we'll be talking about them specifically for this purpose. Because Anthrocon is a huge con. It is a very huge con. It is not an easy con to grasp the very first time. My very first time, I passed out and dislocated a leg and got lost like 3 or 4 times. Now, was it probably because of excitement? Yes. And this con is very exciting. But you can get into a problem area in certain locations and certain different things that might happen. So I'm gonna write it down on the comments for this, and if you want to call in, you can go ahead and call in, and we will definitely get this show on the road for call-ins. So there's a call-in number and stuff like that. So you're new to AC and you're staying in the main hotel. Congratulations. You got either a friend who is into the staff or something, or you pre-registered and you got in the main hotel. That's great. Okay, so the main hotel is number one. I'm going to tell you right now, that elevator con that everyone talks about, and you have never been to a convention that has an elevator that's this packed, is real. And I'm going to say this wins death. It is real, this elevator con stuff. It can take up to an hour to get up to your room. And I'm not blaming the con for this, I'm not blaming the space, but this con gets really packed, especially after the fursuit parade. So, elevator con will get you very upset. I have been very upset by an elevator con, especially when I'm not in suit, because suitors get priority more than the regular people. And I think that's a fantastic idea because you're really hot and you're sweaty. But after the parade, everyone rushes. It looks literally like a stampede of furries running towards that elevator. And they've got to get there because of the simple fact that they are, you know, they're just crazy. It's not crazy. It's just they want to get to the rooms. They want to de-suit. And the parade does sometimes get very hot. So just make sure if you are doing that, don't get angry, you know. And, well, you can get angry. I'm not saying don't. But you know, just remember you're in line with a bunch of other people that are thinking the same exact thing as you. So if you want to complain to the person behind you, go ahead. Talk about it, you know. But again, don't blame it all on the elevators and stuff like that. And I've seen people yell at the people who are doing it, you know, or trying to organize it by getting the people into elevators and stuff like that. Don't yell at them. Not their fault. It is not their fault. They are just doing what they're told. And if you yell at them, I would feel really bad for the person because they're just there for a job and they have to do it. So don't get angry. Just calm it down, relax, and you'll be fine. Okay? So, again, you're in the main hotel. There is stairs optionable. So if you do want to take the stairs, more power to you. My very first con, I took the stairs the whole way up to the 75th floor, and it was very bad of me. So, and again, the stairs I don't think are air conditioning, so please be aware of that. If you are in a fursuit, please be aware of the sweating you might do if you are in a fursuit. So be very careful about that and stuff like that. Again, if you are liking this, please share this around to your friends. If you know somebody who's going to AC and they've never been to AC before and it's their very first time, share it, please. I would really like to help some more people out here that might not know exactly what to do. Okay, so I'm going to tell you too that there is a bridge that goes across the convention center. So if you're in the main hotel, you do not have to walk outside. That's the most important thing that I really like about AC, is if you are in the main hotel, you can just stay in the main hotel and just go straight over and there's a bridge. I've seen it last year and I don't know if it's a good idea. And that's taking photos on the bridge. I know you'll see a fursuiter and you're like, my God, he's so cute. Probably wouldn't take a photo on the bridge. I've known people who've done that and like, it just looks like awkward because the guy's trying to get all to their room and stuff, and it sucks. And fursuiters love photos, but not in spaces like that. So just be very careful in that. So two, now whenever you get to it, there's an elevator and stairs to your right. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to walk up the stairs if you don't want to and stuff like that, and everything like that. So, okay, so you're basically at the hotel and stuff like that. Well, first, let me read the comments. I really would like to get some people's information and maybe get some tips and cons here. Let's see here. I've never seen that. I've already read that one. Do that. Stop by the Fursuit Lounge back in the con center rather than going all the way back to the room. And be aware that it is pretty crowded after the parade too. Yes, I have to agree with them. If you feel like you're hot or anything like that, just don't go back to the elevator straight away because that line will, you know, it will diminish. So very good idea by Rue. Very good idea. I gotta give props to him. If you are in the main hotel and you just get off your fursuit, make sure to just go into the headless lounge, relax for a little bit, then go to the elevator. Because again, it's going to diminish if you wait a bit, and it will get better. And you don't have to be sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm here for about an hour waiting for the elevator. And there's been people who've done that. And more power to them, but just be sure to bring a lot of this. Water. Make sure there's a lot of water. I know Anthrocon has a lot of water around, but there's the people who do not take advantage of the water. That's the whole entire key. Water, water, and more water. Because front page of it saying, please, you know, guy falls out, trip, or whatever. So, don't want to be in the front page news. Let's see what anybody else. Oh, wow. Hello. Okay, tuning, good advice. This is very good advice. Okay, so, basically, let's get back to the main hotel situation here. The main hotel is it has a good lobby. And why I say it has a good lobby is because it's very spread out. It has Anthrocon, like, in the middle of it, where you can take pictures of, like, where it is, and you can, like, you know, pose. I've seen a lot of people do it. Just be very aware where you're walking. And why I want to say this is because in fursuits, you don't have the greatest vision. You do not. And when you're walking, you could either possibly trip, you could possibly do anything like that, and it wouldn't be a very good time for the con or yourself. So just be aware of your surroundings, especially walking in the lobby area, walking anywhere, be aware of your surroundings. Okay, so now the hotel does have panels. It does. And the one thing that I will say about Anthrocon, I don't think it advertises those panels up on top that well. I mean, it does it in a decent manner, and I think it has the same problem over with the convention center. And people really don't know much about it, because what it is, it's a layout, okay? So if you're going up that escalator, and you, instead of going to the convention center through the bridge, what you'll do is you'll make that U, and you'll go straight back. And there's internet tables, so if you are looking for internet and that you don't have, they do have internet tables there, which is very convenient. But on that left side, you're going to see panels. And those panels are going to, I think it has like wash tin. It has like a whole bunch of different ones. So if you're confused by like, why does it say wash tin? It's going to be in that back corner. And I was confused, again, the very first time. I was very confused about this whole entire layout. Because the book really didn't say exactly, and it kind of like got me angry. Well, it wasn't really angry. It was more of like confusion mixed in with what am I doing with my life. So if you are in the mood to go back to the Washington and stuff, that would be going to your left. And then they have a panel room like to its side. And it's like all the way down in the corner. And again, it's not explained that well. And I'm not blaming Anthrocon for this. I think it's just the way the hotel layout is. Because then there's a third floor. If I'm not mistaken, there's a third floor. And that has like the Headless Lounge and stuff like that. I could be wrong. I haven't been to it in a year, so bear my regrets if I am wrong. I have screwed up. I could be either thinking of that or MFF. Okay. Now, so the con book will, you know, display everything, and it will be good. So that's the good part. Headless lounges are in abundance there. So there's one there. There's one near the elevators to the corner. There's one in the hotel, and I think there's one near the zoo. I think it's like in the corner, but you'll see it, and it'll be laid out really well. It's like a restroom. It literally says Headless Lounge, and it points that way. So let's read some more comments, get some more intakes. I'm really liking Rue's comments here, and he really has some good advice. If you haven't checked out his channel, I've done a video with him a while back. So let's see. Stop by. Oh, okay. I thought it was a new one. Sorry, my bad. Okay, now you made it to a panel, or you made it to this, and you're doing well. I think panels should be taken with respect. If your attention is supposed to be up there, and I know I'm going to sound like an old grandpa for saying this. If your attention, like my friend is doing a whammy, you know. Like the no whammy stomp, press your luck, which is a very good panel. I would recommend going to it. It's run by Randy Ringtail. Plug in here, okay, but very good. And what it is it's all about respect, as in turn your phone on silent. If you're going to look at your phone, make sure it's on silent, because I've been to many panels that where your phone rings and it ruins the whole entire panel, like it ruins their momentum. And now, again, I might be just an old man, and I might be just saying this because, oh, those kids today don't understand about phones. I'm just saying it from personal experience. because I've noticed that the flow kind of gets ruined if the phone rings. Not unless if the guy is witty enough to do like a joke, like, oh, well, his parents are calling him now, no, and then they start laughing. That, and also, if the person is talking, be respectful. Because panels take a lot of work to do. If you don't think a panel takes a lot of work to do, then you are sadly mistaken. I have done a panel at Furrydelphia, and that was pretty darn tough. Because I had to like create a schedule, and it was pretty tough. But the one thing about panels is too that somebody's putting effort into it. So be respectful. Don't have your phone on maximum overdrive or whatever. And if you are at the panel, don't interrupt the speaker, because he's got enough to do and stuff like that. And it becomes crazy, and I don't want to sound like an old man going, oh, there's kids today, but it's true. It's true. It really takes a lot to do a panel, and it's sad that people like interrupt it and stuff. Okay, so the phone lines are open. The phone number is 1717-839-3684. It is 1717-839-3684. You can share your experiences. You can share me your different times, or this might be your very first and you want to ask questions, or anything like that. You can ask me about anything. This is a special report, so this is I think I'm going to start doing the special reports when it comes to bigger cons, because bigger cons can get very confusing. So yeah, call in, and if you're liking this, please subscribe and share this around to your friends if you know somebody who's going to AnthroCon for the first time, or maybe he's a veteran, because I'm going to get into some veteran things here too, guys. So, okay, now, whenever you're doing this, okay, you're going to the convention, you're having a good time, you're not ghosting. Do not ghost a convention. I mean, this takes money, guys. If you ghost it, I will be sadly disappointed. And everyone should be shaking the finger at you, because ghosting is wrong. So, you're at the convention and you're having a good time, and you're keeping up with your water and stuff like that. Asking for photos, okay? AnthroCon, again, is a huge con. So you can ask for photos. And you're going to ask for photos. You're going to go, can I get a picture of your suit? Because it just looks fantastic and I want it on my wall. But, so, how you approach the furry. If he's walking, don't go up to him, especially if he's like trying to if he's doing like the fast-paced walking. Don't approach him, because I'm pretty sure that he might be doing something important. If he's walking with friends and he's just talking and lazily, go ahead. But again, this con is huge. There is plenty of people trying to get to place to place to place. So don't be, mad if they say no. And yes, it sucks, but you can get your photo later with him, and I'm sure won't mind and everything like that. Because furries, we might be disorganized, but we do have plans during cons. Every furry might have a plan during the con. So don't get upset if they say no. Don't call them a jerk and start tweeting online going, this guy's a jerk. So, because drama is not a good thing to start at all. Photos too. You can, if somebody's already doing a group photo, you don't have to ask for it. You can just take it. I know most furries won't mind, unless if, they're, trying to keep their secret identity from getting out to say, hey, he's at AnthroCon. So, that. Fursuit Headless Lounge, too. Don't take photos near it. Don't even go near it and take a photo. Because, number one, you might be ruining somebody's day because they don't want to be seen in the fursuit. Sometimes furries will actually take the limits of not getting out of their suit just so they can, be undiscovered. And I'm cool with that, because I'm like that. Because if you're going to take a photo of me being in the Headless Lounge and I'm without my head, I'm going to get very frustrated. And I don't care what suitor you are, I don't care what suitor you be, you're going to get frustrated because you're in your persona. You're supposed to be seen as your persona. Now, there's some that might not care, but I do. I'm a person who cares. So, I might be in the minority. I don't know. I don't think anybody has ever done a survey on this. But all I'm saying is, if you're near the Headless Lounge, get rid of your phone. Don't even take a photo, because that could ruin somebody's, persona identity, and they might not want that, because I never take photos of myself and post them online. If it is, it's very rare, and I better have done something exceptionally well. So, let me see if there's any more comments here, and we'll really get to it. Let's see. Man, Headless Lounge seems to be like a place to go. Have you ever done a panel? And I have done a panel. I've done a panel at Philadelphia. I know it wasn't the biggest. It had 25 people in it. And I was doing my live stream. And, it went well, and there was nobody who interrupted me or anything like that, which was good. Had a problem, a little bit technical difficulties down the road, but that's bound to happen, especially when you're doing a live stream and the internet there isn't the greatest. But we did pie in the face and stuff like that. And that's where I feel like you should be respectful in a panel. Because I've done a panel, and if you've ever done a panel, you got to feel that same respect for the next person. So, I've done a panel in the past. Don't want to plug it. Sorry. I'll shut up. Okay. Let's see. Grunger, it is a lifesaver. Last verbal I went to, it was about 80 degrees building. Okay, that's true. Headless Lounge can be very, very useful, and I encourage anyone who feels hot or feels dizzy, go into it ASAP. I don't care, you go into a Headless Lounge, because if they, the one thing that people don't realize, if you go from if you overhydrate in your suit, they're cutting it off. If they don't know where the zipper is, they're cutting it off. They're getting rid of it. Because your life is more precious than a suit in their eyes, even if you really love the suit. But they will cut the suit. So make sure, if you do, or you can always buy one of those things. They usually sell them on a dealer's den, and buy like a lanyard, and it has like cut the suit. It says like rear, and it has the zipper going down and stuff like that. Very useful. So I would definitely recommend one of those. And it has like a picture of a fursuit, and it has like the zipper either in the back or the front, and they can just tell and unzip it. But be very careful, because again, they will cut the suit. There is no second thought process in their thing but cut the suit. So it's not a very pretty sight, especially with a suit. Okay. Let's see. Yes, but it was such a fun time. Ghosting. What is ghosting? Ghosting is basically going to a con and not paying for anything. Ghosting is done a lot of times when it comes to bigger convention, because it's really easy to be like, hey, let me take your badge. Okay. And then they'll just go down to the dealer's den and stuff like that. Ghosting is wrong, number one. Number two, it's very unfair to the convention, because the convention needs your money to survive. And that's the sad part about people. They'll take advantage of it, and they'll go, well, they're already making this much money, so why should I contribute? Well, it's more like, it's hard to explain, but all I know is if you don't pay, the convention doesn't happen. And if the convention doesn't happen, you're going to be a sad fox or a dog or whatever you are, and you're not going to be happy. So ghosting is basically taking advantage of a con, and it's going without paying for registration or without paying for anything. That's what ghosting is, and I would not want anyone to ghost, because that is, in my opinion, it's unfair to the con, and they do need your money to survive. And I'm not just saying that because cons are related and stuff, but they really do need your money to survive. And again, whatever. Okay, so let's see if there's any other comments here that we should be doing. It's crashing a con without attending. Yes, I just basically mentioned that. A rule of thumb is to break the magic. Yes. there is some people out there that will break the magic, and there was actually some controversy. I remember this back in, it was like in 2003 or 4, and where Anthrocon, I don't know if it was a rumor, it could have been a rumor, they were actually saying people were breaking the magic too much, and they were yelling at people. Probably just a rumor, and don't look into it that much, but breaking the magic is basically taking off your head without being in a fursuit lounge and stuff like that, if you don't know what that is. Okay. I think that might be it for the questions. I just have a lot of things popping up. And if you do have a question or anything, let me know. I am taking phone calls right now. Please share it to your friends that might be going to AC first year. Okay, now, to tell you the truth, this is where I'm going to go into veterans territory. And why I say veterans territory is because these are the people who know Anthrocon, and they usually know about everything about Anthrocon. Does that mean everybody knows what a... No, that's not true. If you think you know everything about Anthrocon, you're probably mistaken, because there's probably one or two things that really do. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. Anthrocon is a place that, you know, that has a lot of great food. And a lot of people do know the good spots, and they do know this and stuff like that. The sub shop is one of the ones I know. Panera, there's the one with the curly fries and stuff, you know. That's very good. If anybody's ever went to that, I'm not the biggest fan of it, so can't really say anything about that. But the one thing I can't think right now. I'm like going crazy. I'm getting really hot. It is really hot here. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take.
0 9 5 7 1.
Oh, sorry, it's my roommate again. Let me hold on. Give me a second, guys. I've got some business to take care of because I am taking care of the home. Well, okay. There you go. I just needed to text him real quick. That was all. So, special report is basically almost over. Let me take a drink. Sorry, I got distracted. Need to take a drink. Again, if you're watching, please heed my warning. Oh man, nothing like pouring it right down your throat. Okay. Now, AC also has a lot of opportunities and different things too. You can be in con videos. You can be in a bunch of different things. If you see yourself in a con video, you can always ask Maker to remove you. Simple stuff like that. And please, if you do want to call in, you can even ask questions about this. You know, if you're thinking about going to AC, let me know, and I will help you out. You know, with the rooming situation. You got any questions that you want to ask? Go ahead. Again, the number is 717-839-3684. That's 717-839-3684. You just got to add a 1 to it, and we'll be good. I'll post it on here one last time. And I think I'm going to probably end the live stream around like maybe 1 hour and 30. Try to get some people to call in here. Because to tell you the truth, I would like to hear some of your feedback. Maybe give some tips of your own. I'm always a big
1 9 1 8 2
hold on
6 0 5 0 1.
Oh, I hear you. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hello.
Oh, hey, Dashing, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Oh, good. Going good. Let me try and turn you up here. Having trouble hearing you.
Okay. Let me see if my...
Yeah, again, Bola, again, I know it's been a while, but I have been having trouble finding your program, to be honest with you.
trouble finding the program. Huh. Are you still there?
Yeah, ever since you...
Okay.
Oh, yeah, still there. Ever since you switched days, that is.
Okay. What's your question?
Oh, yeah, I did have the fur bowl that I told you about last time, and it was very successful.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Glad to hear. How many people showed up?
Yeah, but oh, go ahead.
How many people showed up? Are you outside or something, or?
Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm trying to turn this thing up a little bit.
Okay. So, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you pretty good.
Okay. Okay, so you had your fur bowl. And how many people showed up?
Quite a few more than we were expecting. I think actually we ended up topping 20.
Well, that's good. Good to hear. 20 is a good round number to start off your meets right. And that's good. And you'll start growing. You'll start growing. As long as people liked it, you'll start growing. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, we already have quite a few more people, new members and everything who've dedicated me that plan to end, so it's looking really good.
Good. Okay, so what's your questions about AC?
Yeah, about Africon, it's been years and years since I set foot in Pittsburgh, and I don't think you even Africon existed that time. I was give you an idea, but as far as attendance, coming back to the hotel thing, if one doesn't make it into the main hotel, which is sure pretty likely, was there a second or third recommendation that you'd make as far as hotels?
Okay, so my second recommendation, sorry guys out there if you can't hear him well. I don't know if it's the static or what, but you're not coming in the greatest. Sorry about that. But technical difficulties. But the second hotel would be the Courtyard. If you're going for another hotel, you're going to want to go with the Courtyard. The Courtyard's literally right across the street. It's a very good hotel. And it's not as expensive as the Westin, so that's good. But you still have to walk outside to get to the convention center, but it's literally across the street. So definitely if you were planning on going and you couldn't get into the main hotel, try for the Courtyard. It's literally right beside the street. That's where I would go.
Okay, yeah, that sounds really good. It's just good to know these things before you even try to go. I'm sure you know.
I am going to tell you, though, your first, second, and third option fill up pretty quick. So you can either do 2 or 3 things. You can either chance it, go for it, you got this. Or you can pre-register, which if you pre-register, which costs about $250 more, you can get first dibs, which is always a good thing to get because that means you already got the room. So those are 2 options that you could do if you would like to get into it or get into the Westin. So just letting you know.
Sounds good. Well, that's really helpful.
Yep. Anything else?
No, that's it. That was the big thing that stuck out for me. It's good to hook up with you again, and I'll talk to you again next time.
Okay, well, it was nice talking to you. Sorry about a little bit of the technical difficulties on it's either your side or my side. So, yeah, it was great that you called, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And thank you for calling in on the Dashing Foxie show.
Absolutely, you too as well. Have a good night.
And have a dashing night. That's what you need to say. Yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Bye. So thank you for him calling in. I really appreciate it. If you do want to call in more, and hopefully we don't have too much of the technical difficulties again, you can definitely call in. I will be ending my show probably in about 15 minutes. AC, again, guys, is 3 nights away. It literally is on the doorstep. So if you are planning to go and you are getting everything packed and all that other stuff, you can definitely do it. You've still got time. And now, the one thing I do want to say, if you arrive early to Pittsburgh, and let's say if you are in Pittsburgh right now watching this video, there is plenty of things to do before the con starts. Number one, I want to say, is fireworks. Fireworks will be happening. It usually always happens every year. They have a great fireworks display. 4th of July is Wednesday, so you can go and watch their wonderful fireworks. You can go take a tour of the town. I know tours are relatively, they're not the cheapest, but they're pretty cheap. Or you could just walk around. Pirates games are really cheap right now. They just suck. Pirates suck. So you can probably go get a ticket for about $5, watch your favorite team, and it's literally right across the bridge, so it's really easy to get to. So those are a couple options if you are coming right into Pittsburgh on that Wednesday. So again, if you want to call in, somebody just wrote the number down. It's 1-717-839-3684. And we will definitely take your phone call. You can ask if you're a first timer or anything. Please share this around if you've got friends who are first timers, or friends that, you know, have a couple questions for it. I'm sorry. I need to take another water. Again, 95 degrees outside, guys. Drink plenty of water. Ooh. Again, sorry about that. But, yes, if you want to call in, you can call in now. The telephones are open, and we will definitely take your phone calls, and we will definitely do a bunch of other things for Anthrocon. If you have any questions on transportation, hotels, anything, I can help. I've been to Anthrocon about 5 times now. I should know what at least the basis are. If you tell me what's down Broad Street to your left to make a right, what would that restaurant be? And I'm going to go, I don't know. So, I'm not going to lie there. I don't know every little thing to do with Anthrocon, but I can at least help. Let's take a look at some of these comments and see if we have anybody else having comments here. Okay, always good to see you, Johnny. Zipper is very cool, stuff like that. Well, I mean, we're not really getting too many comments. Maybe I'll end the show a little bit sooner than later. I know it's a Monday night, and people usually look at me, and they usually go, what are you doing on a Monday night talking about a convention that I might not even go to? But it doesn't matter. I wanted to get some of the basics down, because not too many people have went to Anthrocon in their lives. Hopefully this helps you in the future. If you're not going to Anthrocon this year, I'm not. If you expect to see me at Anthrocon, I probably will not be at AC. So, yeah. I think I'm going to end this live stream, guys. It's a very good live stream. Special reports will be happening more frequently as I see fit. If there's something going on in the world that I want to talk about and really, grasp, if it's furry related, maybe we'll have a couple different ones too. More discussions about different conventions and stuff like that. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I'm just going to end it now because it is over an hour and it's getting really hot. It's 95 degrees where I'm at. I know I said about 4 times, but it is freaking hot here. And just be very safe at Anthrocon. We already took a look at the weather. We took a look at everything that you're going to possibly need for AC. and hopefully you have a fun time. You know, that's the key here. When you go to conventions, you want to have a fun time and not a bad time. So, just make sure you're having a fun time. And I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any friends here who have never been to AC and they really would like to get somebody's outlook who's been to it, just let them look at this video. I really appreciate it. And if it could help them, I would be really appreciative of that too. So, hope you have a great night. And as always, thank you for watching. This has been Talking with Dashing Foxie. And have a fun time at AC, guys. Have a fun time at AC. Bye. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a dashing night. Bye. Thank you for watching. It's gonna be a little bit late.